Yo, how's everybody doing today? It's your boy Airboy, and I'm back with another FanBoyAaron review, and this time I'm going to be taking a look at the Transformers Shattered Glass Megatron. Now, as usual, before we take a look at this guy, we'll take a look at the box he came in. So here we have the Shattered Glass, a nice Shattered Decepticon logo. I see what you did there, Hasbro. Some nice artwork of Megatron. There's Megatron again. I'm going to lower the brightness just a hair. There we go. Now on the back, there's some info about Megatron. If you want to read that bio, go ahead and pause it right here. Okay, that's enough. And there's a Japanese sticker on my box because I ordered this guy from across seas. And yeah, it transforms in 18 steps. There are a few more than that because he technically has 2 modes, but I'm not going to get into that. Oh, one more. I don't know if I showed this side of the box. More artwork of Megatron. Alright, I think we covered. Alright, English is hard. I think I covered the whole box. Alright, let's get into this guy. And here is Shattered Glass Megatron. Now, if you didn't watch my last review of the Shattered Glass Optimus, Shattered Glass is a concept from Transformers about an alternate universe where the roles of the Autobots and Decepticons are reversed, where the Autobots are evil and the Decepticons are the freedom fighters. In all honesty, in the normal universe, that's pretty much how it starts, but I digress. Here we have Megatron in his ship mode. Now, this figure does use the same design as the Siege Megatron, though to give it a ship mode, they just added a few extra parts. And I'm going to show you the tank mode here in a bit, but let's first take a look at the ship mode, and as you can see, it looks really, really cool. I do like how this turned out. It's amazing how just the addition of a few small parts can make a vehicle mode look completely different. I really love the colors on this guy. The black, the white, the red, and the blue. It all really molds together very, very well. Underneath, I mean, you pretty much see the robot mode. And yeah, that pretty much does it for the jet mode. For comparison, here he is with Shattered Glass Optimus. As you can see, very vast difference. I'm not going to do vehicle mode comparisons for the tank mode when I get into it, because you've more or less seen it when I reviewed the Netflix Megatron, and this is usually the mode he's displayed in, based on what I know. So yeah, as you can see, jet a little bigger than a truck. Here he is next to the Netflix Megatron. Yeah, I will compare these two in their tank modes when I get into it. But that's the only one I'm doing. Here he is next to regular Optimus, the Earthrise Leader Class Optimus. And, you know, same size as the Shattered Glass one, not much of a difference other than color. And just because, here he is next to Cliff Jumper, the Earthrise Cliff Jumper. I was going to do Bumblebee like I did in my Optimus review, but I recently found out that Cliff Jumper played a little more of an important role in the Shattered Glass universe, so I figured I'd show him instead this time. Alright, now, the Shattered Glass Megatron does come with quite a few accessories, 4 of which are already attached to him, that being the fusion cannon, this cockpit piece here. It is a separate piece that comes off in these 2 wings, and he does come with one more accessory, the same sword weapon that came with the Netflix Megatron. And yeah, honestly, I do like the glossy black. I prefer the silver or grayish color that the other one has. You know what, let me get the other one real quick. So you can see the 2 swords side by side. They both have their ups and downs. I do like this one a little more because of additional color, but this one's pretty good too. Just let me get that. Just a second. I'm not editing this out. You're gonna, for one thing I can't, for another thing I want you to suffer with me. There we go. Now, where was I? Now, you can store this on the jet mode. Just, undo the tabs down there by turning the blade parts. It can be a little tricky. Rotate it down. Close them back up. And just slide it under here. Like that. Now, I say you can store it like that, but you really shouldn't, because I feel it kind of breaks up the jet mode, what little sleekness it has. So I just leave it off when I got them in the jet mode. Now, he does transform into a tank the exact same way that the Netflix Megatron does. What you want to do is remove the wings. Remove the cockpit. Then what we want to do is we want to rotate the entire waist around like this, if I remember correctly. And from here, what we want to do is we want to take these parts, slide them open. Then we want to bend the knee. We want to bring it up on this hinge here. No, wait. I'm already screwing something up. Was I supposed to... Oh no, I wasn't supposed to rotate the waist. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've done this. Let me fix this quick. It can be a little tricky to see. Alright, then what you want to do is you want to rotate this hinge so that it slides into the opening inside the leg. Then once you get it closed up, just take this part, seal it up, and in there you can see a little slot that's supposed to go on that tab right there. Close that up. Then you just repeat the process on the other side. Sometimes this top part likes to come undone, just squeeze it back into place. There we go. And from here we just rotate this part. We take the sword. Make sure these pieces here are slid up all the way. Now we just take the sword, slide it underneath, plug it in. And there we have Shattered Glass Megatron in tank mode. And it looks just like, you know, the Netflix version tank mode, just with a different color scheme. Now, theoretically, I think you can store all the stuff on the vehicle mode. It just doesn't look pleasant. Like, I think you can leave the wings plugged in either here or here. It's really up to you. You want to go movie Megatron and give him a flying tank mode, that's fine. This part, yeah, now that I think about it, I don't think there's really anywhere on tank mode you can store it. Not that I can think of. I mean, you could plug it in like that, I guess, but it doesn't look too appealing. So yeah, I just leave the jet mode stuff off of them on the rare occasions I got them on the tank mode. And just for comparison, here he is, next to the Netflix version tank mode. This is the one tank mode comparison I'm doing. can see, not that different. All in all, looks really good. I'm going to bring him a little closer so you can see some of those details. Alright, let's get this guy in the robot mode, shall we? What we want to do is we want to remove the gun sword and convert it back into a normal sword. Then what we want to do is we want to come down here and we want to undo what we just did with the legs. Pull them out, open the thing up, swing this part out on its hinge, straighten out the leg, close it up. There we go. Then we flip down the foot, flip out the heel, repeat the process. Like that. Close it up. Foot. Heel. Now we want to rotate the waist. There we go. I'm going to raise the camera up a little bit. Tone it down a little bit. Alright, then from here, we'll separate the arms like that. I'm going to come over here, pull this part out. And what we want to do is, what do we want to do? Hold on. Hold on. Let me think for a second. Alright, I figured it out. What you want to do is you want to take this part, pull it all the way up. Then what you want to do is, you want to take the arms. Well, first, it's a matter of getting certain things out of the way. Take the arms, close them up. Then we want to come back over here. Oh. And what we want to do is you want to angle these in like that. Bring this assembly down flush against his back, then close it up all the way. Underneath here, there are tabs and slots that'll plug into each other to keep it secure. And from here, we just flip the head down, flip out the hands. Make sure this guy's standing upright. Then we just take the cannon, rotate it around. We take these parts, flip them. Oh, we're supposed to flip these parts down, sorry. And there we go. Here we have Shattered Glass Megatron in his absolutely gorgeous robot mode. I absolutely love how this guy looks. I cannot express how impressed I am with this figure. Like they took a Megatron mold that I felt, you know, okay with and made it really good. Like this color scheme, just something about this guy looks really, it just makes me feel really good. Like I cannot express how much I love this thing. It's easily one of the best Megatrons in my collection. Let me bring him up close here so we can see some of those details. Now, again, he does use the exact same design as the Netflix Megatron or Siege Megatron. So a lot of the molded details the same. As you can see, he's got some very nice paint on his face. I have noticed that is one issue this figure has. The paint on his face does have a tendency to chip. You can kind of see it's already chipping a little bit on the chin, but you know, it's a minor nitpick. As long as you're not a caveman with it, it'll be fine. Nice red Decepticon logo, little yellow bits here and there for the details. I love the cannon. I wish it was orientated so that these red marks We're on both sides. But I'm sure Repro Labels or someone will come out with some stickers. I should do a review for those things. Like, I get sticker sheets for these guys every now and then. I never ever review them. The camera light's making it a little tricky for some of the details to pop up. You know, I'm going to turn it off for a second. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so that helped a little bit. You see some of the molded detail a little better. Overall, this guy looks incredible. Let me put the light back on. Now, he can hold all of his accessories. You take the sword. You can plug it into his hand. In theory, you can plug it into his hand. There we go. You can take this bit, the cockpit piece, plug it into his forearm, and now it functions as like a bladed shield. And I do like that. That is a nice little gimmick. You can take the wing pieces here. They do have little tab or ports on their side that plug into holes here on the back. Oops, my bad. Plug them in, plug them in. And there we have the Shattered Glass Megatron, all armed up, ready to beat some evil Autobot butt. Alright, let's get the... Oh, you know what? I overlooked one little thing. Posability. I'm going to remove the sword for this one. Right. The head is on a ball joint. It can go all the way around. Well, I guess not. You can look that far. Look up that far. If you want to use the transformation hinge, you can. You look that far down into his chest. The arms can go out that far. They can rotate all the way around. There is rotation at the elbow. Just a hair over 90 degrees. Nothing at the wrist, unfortunately. That is the one thing I hate about this Megatron design. The posability is nearly perfect except for the wrist. There's rotation at the waist. It can go all the way around. The legs can go up that high. They can go back about that far before the backpack stuff starts getting in the way. Well, actually, if you move it out of the way, yeah, it can go all the way back. There is a 90-degree knee bend. The feet can go, well, I guess they can't really go up or down that much. But you do get a very decent ankle tilt. So yeah, this guy's pretty posable. Again, the one thing I don't like about this design is the lack of wrist articulation. If this Megatron had that, it would probably be my favorite Megatron design of all time. Unfortunately, all Siege Megatrons, even the Earthrise one, suffers from that little flaw. That's why I have so few of them. Alright, now... let me give him his sword back. Now let's get into the robot mode comparison, shall we? Alright, here he is next to the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. Oops. You get a sense of how big they are compared to each other? They pretty much stand head to head. I think the Optimus design for Earthrise is just a hair taller. Like a barely noticeable hair taller than the Megatron design. Speaking of which, here he is next to Siege Megatron. You can see how normal Megatron compares to his parallel self. No, I believe Matrix Workshop, that the people who make the 3D printed add-on parts are making a kit like his wings and shield specifically for the other versions of Siege Megatron. So if you want Siege Megatron to have a jet mode, you can probably hunt down those parts. Alright, here he is next to regular Optimus from Earthrise. Two goods, different universes. And just because, here he is next to Cliffjumper. As you can see, he is substantially taller than Cliffjumper. And I think that pretty much covers everything about this guy. So let me adjust the camera one final time. Now, as he stands, he is approximately... looks like... Well, let me get the sword out of the way. Well, oh, just a little under 7 inches. And at the time of release, well, in Japan, I don't exactly know. Let's see. I pre-ordered this guy. Well, I didn't pre-order it. I ordered him from a place in Japan overseas just so I can get him a little earlier than his official release date here in America. I paid $60 just so I can get him a little earlier. However, when he's officially released here in America, I believe sometime within the next month or so, he will be going for about $40, $50 after tax, roughly. Now, do I recommend picking this guy up, and do I think he is worth the price, whether you get him from here or overseas? Yes and yes. He is an amazing figure, and if you were lucky enough to grab the Shattered Glass Optimus, I strongly recommend you grab this guy to go with him. And even by himself, he is an amazing standalone figure. There's just something about that color scheme that really appeals to me, and I think he is a worthwhile addition to any Transformers enthusiast collection. Well, I think that pretty much covers everything. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, leave a nice comment, and enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you all in the next review. I'm still trying to decide what that's going to be, but until then, I'll see y'all around. Bye-bye.